Mixer again. What's up, Talamar? It's good to see you. Good to see you as well, Velvet. Sean, I love you too. Remember that. Carry that with you. You're a good person. Erudite, what's up? Sean, I will not marry you. No, I would never tie you down like that. I would never force you to marry an idea, as that's all I am to you. But I do love you, as you love me, as we both love chicken pot pie. So, for those of you who don't know, we recently hit a sub goal to review the entire Fallout set, and so it's going to proceed thusly. I have come up with some very official rubrics to rank the different permanent types in Fallout. We're going to go through this. First, we're going to do creatures. These attributes are going to get scored out of 10. We're going to do the power. We're going to do the different archetypes they have supported. So basically how broad, like how many different types of game plans you can do with the creatures, because I think that's a good thing. And then would they have been my childhood friend? That's very, very important to me, especially in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. And then are there any little guys? This is probably the single most important quality that we're going to be seeing across all of our set reviews is the little guy factor. Then we're going to move on to enchantments. These are only scored out of 5 because enchantments suck, and so they don't deserve as many numbers as creatures. That's going to be whimsy, overall flavor to the whole wasteland thing, and then how much they increase the price of pick your poison. Next, we're going to do lands. Those are just going to be yes, no, because they do exist. We're going to do yearning, which is how much I want to exist in the landscape being depicted. Fixability, for how good they are for your mana base. Could I grow Hominy here? I think that one's self-explanatory. And then speed. So how many slow lands versus fast lands we got. And then finally, artifacts. We're going to score this kind of like a mood ring, just like purple, red, yellow. Do they make me crave the certainty of steel? Another, do they have weird little guys? I think the robots have a fair chance at bringing that one home too. How much do I think I could get for them at my local recycling plant? And then how confident am I that I could build it myself? Keep in mind, I was not a Boy Scout to this day. I cannot tie a knot. I still use bunny ears to tie my shoes. So if I think I could build any of the things from this set myself, that's a terrifying sign. And then after we rank all of those things, we're going to move on to the Commander Gettability tier list. So I have the arts from all of the commanders here. This is why stream was a little bit late, because I forget that I have to crop all of these myself. And so I have cropped all of them, and now they are in the tier list with most gettable. I'd fall in, worth a few rads, rather have a death claw, and seek the Lord. Pika Puff, thank you for the tier 1 Twitch sub, our first sub of the night. 5 months in a row. Happy Fallout Day to you as well. Welcome back to the dog home, my friend. Bunny ears is empirically just the correct knot for tying shoes. Well, I'm glad that I have supporters in the chat then. Do I have? Okay, Mothman isn't here. Andrew, you're welcome. I'm glad you started reading Sanderson. I wish I got to read more of him myself. It has been months since I could do it. I've watched the entire Fallout show, yes. My girlfriend and I just started fresh playthroughs of Fallout 4. We have watched the entirety of the show. Does that mean the Death Claw is worth a few rads? Well, let's pull up the picture of which Death Claw we're going to be using. I don't know if I can click on that. I don't know if I can click on any of these. There's one from the Discord that we're going to use. Hold on. Please open on the right browser. I'm sorry, is this with safe search on? I have no idea. Blur, this is with explicit images blurred. That is with the safety search on, my friend. Tactical Hot Dog, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to Doghouse. And Ricky C, thank you for the 2 months in a row at Tier 1. Welcome to the dog home. Where the hell is Discord, dude? Tinker Chloe, thank you for the 1,000-bit cheer. Welcome to Dog Heaven, my friend. Mommy Deathclaw indeed. Like, that's the standard, is rather have a Deathclaw means it's a mommy Deathclaw. It just means we're also gonna die. Right? So that's the thing of, like, I'd rather hit the mommy Deathclaw and die than sleep with you and live. Which, honestly, scathing rebuke for most of these things. Tactical Hot Dog, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate those Bezos bucks, my friend. So we're going to give it we're going to vamp for like 1 or 2 more minutes, and then we're going to get into it. Dying for the exhibitionist clause, then. Yeah, that's basically it. Honestly, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it is dying for the exhibitionist clause. Tinker Chloe, thank you for the 6 gifted Tier 1 subs. Welcome to the throne of Dog Heaven. I appreciate you so much, my friend. Mauled out here admitting that he played Fallout the Frontier with Wild Wasteland on. I don't know what any of that means. I assume that it's a porn mod for Fallout, and if so, I will be, but I have not yet. Not yet. I would also love... I want to complain for a minute to everybody. So I posted a new TikTok video today. It's a new skit. I was pretty happy with it. I've been trying hard to get my skit game up. I looked at the retention. It's a bit about the 3 types of gaslighters that exist in Magic the Gathering. And I can see from the retention that right when it goes from number 1 to number 2, half of you motherfuckers stop watching. What's going... Immediately. Don't even give it a chance. It's the second that the type 2 appears. And I'm mad as fuck. Because I'm proud of it. And I don't blame any of you, because it's ridiculous that you watch me in the first place, and I'm very happy for all of that. But I was looking at it like, God damn it, I've finally figured it out. And then we get into the video, and half of the population just Thanos snaps themselves. David Bowler, holy shit, thank you for the 37 roses. I still have no conception of what that means on TikTok, but I appreciate it very much. Zoro1525, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse. They felt too called out. True. Alright, so... True, I didn't do Little Bean. I could do a whole other skit just for, like, multiple people trying to out Little Bean, the other one. I feel like that would be good. Grath16, thank you very much for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse, my friend. We're going to get into doing these rankings. So the way we're going to do this is not going to get scored for every individual creature. This is going to be... we're going to look through all the creatures and sort of generally keep tabs on this, and then at the end we're gonna give an overall rating. What's the opposite of Little Bean? Big Donger. As the Little Bean, you are trying to direct people to look at and interact with whatever the table's Big Donger is. Or if you want to be the Big Donger, that's fine. You're probably going to get smashed in a door jam, though. So be aware of that. So with that said, I'm going to bite through this cough drop, and we're going to start looking at just the creatures. Is creature. Is from Fallout. Let's get it fucking going. Alright, first up we have my GOAT, Frank Horgan. I just helped one of my friends build a deck for this commander. God bless him, he is terrible. but he looks so goddamn cool. I do not know that I actually remember him from the games, but I do know that this looks bitching. I also know that he costs way too goddamn much. 8/6 trample, indestructible as long as it attacked. This is honestly one of the only fair ways to give something like indestructible or hexproof, make it do something. Oh, he's from Fallout 2? That explains it. I have not played Fallout 2. ETB or attack, proliferate twice in green. He should not be a 3-drop. I think he should be like 5 or 6. I think 7's a little steep, but proliferate twice just for ETB. Because the deck that I helped make was against my will a Planeswalker deck, and the person has already won twice with it. It is 2 for 2. It's undefeated. This is he's also definitely not a mutant. He's just a warrior. I don't know. Yeah, he is just a weird guy. I don't think so. If you look at our rubric, I feel like he could have been my best friend. I feel like we could have had a little bro, big bro thing, a dynamic going on where he was my protector, so I like that. Unabashedly not a little guy. This is a big donger, not a little bean. Certainly powerful. He does, I mean, proliferation does support multiple archetypes. They are, unfortunately, all archetypes that I hate. Next up, we got the Alpha Deathclaw. 4/6, Menace Trample, ETB, or Become Monstrous, destroy target permanent. It has my respect from this line of text. Fuck these lands. Fuck these lands, people. Don't let people play lands. Don't let people keep them. Some people are coming around to the non-basic hate. I hate them all. Get them all. So I'm down for 6 mana. 6 mana, blow up something. So like 6 mana, for example, blow up a Planeswalker. And then 7 mana to make it a 10/10 is like, that's honestly a bad rate in green, so I do not mind it. Archetypes supported beating shit up, me when I kick you in the head 10 times. Would they have been my childhood friend? Probably not. Not a little guy by any stretch of the imagination. That's going to be a pretty bad for the standings with that one. What's our man Aradesh do? He's got some guns. I fully do not remember this guy either. Okay, we've got banding, but it works because he has enlist. Whenever a creature you control attacks, if it enlisted a creature this combat, the creature that attacked gains double strike until end of turn. If that creature's power is 4 or greater, draw a card. That sounds cute in a way that I know becomes disgusting, and I just don't know how. But I know that this is, I mean, maybe in mono white it can't. I feel like this is a thing where he pops up in a different deck and then you poop your pants. But if you see him in the command zone, you know, like, what are you gonna get? You gonna get a double striking 1/1? Big fucking deal, right? BFD. Now, if you let people Voltron, sure, but if you let people Voltron, that's on you. He does not look. That sneer does not look like someone that would be friends with a child, so I don't think he would have been my childhood friend. I do think he sucks. It doesn't seem like he supports archetypes other than enlist. A littler guy than the other two, but not a little guy. Then we've got Arcade Ganon. Little suave. We're going to leave that to the Gettability tier list. Read the last line of enlist. Add other creature's power to his. As this creature attacks, you may tap. Well, it says A. So can you enlist multiple creatures? Because again, in mono white, that just sounds like, oh, hey, we're not converting to anything. Just one, I think. That's still like that's very okay. That is in this game perhaps too fair of an ability. Like, sure, you can play Emrakul, and you'd be like, haha, I've enlisted Emrakul. At that point, just fucking, you have Emrakul. Who cares? Works well with Exalted. I could see that. Alright, 4 mana legendary in Azoria, so this is a turn 6 card. Draw, discard, quest counters, cast an artifact or human from your graveyard with mana value less than or equal to the number of quest counters on Arcade Ganon. Immediately fuck this card. Immediately fuck this card. I already know that something horrifying is going to happen with Cheerios in this deck. I do not care that it only says once each turn. I have seen what happens when you give the artifact players a single goddamn thing. And no, I'm not doing it. He does look like he might have. I think I would be concerned if this guy wanted to be my childhood friend. Certainly not a little guy. Alright, and list is up to 1. Ender Exile, thank you for the Twitch follow. I know you might not see this, but this made me happy to see that you went live. I haven't been doing well the past week, and this made my day just to watch you live. Bear Jer, thank you so much. And I'm sorry things aren't going well. They're not going great for me either, but we're going to get through it, and we're going to laugh, and we're going to have a silly time. Alright, next up, Armory Paladin. I know they did give Boros a lot this set. Trample, and then Impulse Draw. Impulse Draw off of Voltron. Honestly, I like this more. I like this a lot more than every other Boros Voltron support that says draw a card, because they deserve some help. They deserve some help. They do not deserve the help of permanent card advantage. They deserve ephemeral card advantage. And then you get those cards right back in their cage where they came from. So, I like this. I like that. This guy looks sick as fuck. This is our first weird little guy. I don't know if you all can pick up on the vibes of what qualifies something as that, but this is the first certified weird little guy. So energy counters, it is too bad that energy counters were not good. Can we get a Mommy Deathclaw on screen? I'm not sure that I can, because Discord won't open. And the specific Mommy Deathclaw I'm thinking of was sent to me via Discord, and I Googled it over here, and it's all not safe for work. It's all really bad. Like, we're gonna risk it one more time. Hoo boy. Like, hoo boy. Are we having a... Jesus! Oh, wait, here it is. Alright, this is the one, everyone. This is the Deathclaw. This is the Deathclaw that we're working with for rather have a Deathclaw. With the stipulation that it does kill you. You do not survive. What's up, Leave? Thank you for coming by the stream. Doodles, the official, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Okay, whenever an artifact creature you control attacks, pay energy, and you can put a counter on it. I mean, that is wildly fair. It is a wildly fair ability. Gabriel, thank you for joining the dog home, my friend. I appreciate your support. And then a Eula. We've seen this before. I hate this card. This card is... It's just so... It's so fair-coded without being fair. Like, it's so fair-coded, but it's only fair in the sense of it like, it can't beat any truly high-power combo decks, but as soon as you're playing a deck that also attempts to be fair, this just beats the shit out of you. Because your board either explodes or becomes removal. Also not a weird little guy. See, so I think the thing is, I think the perspective, Joe Salsa, you said it's not a little guy. I think your perspective is off. So from this side of the art to this side, IRL is only 6 inches. That's how large he is. So I think you need to keep that in mind when you talk about what is or isn't a weird little guy. Alright, Behemoth. 4 energy counters. When it dies, you can pay energy equal to something's mana value, and when you do, destroy that permanent. See, this seems like something the artifact players are going to cheat with, but I don't know how. I think this thing is going to like start cheating once we get Modern Horizons 3, so I'll give it a pass for now. I don't think it qualifies for any of our additional things. Oh, it can destroy soul rings. It can destroy soul rings really easily. That's definitely a point in its favor. Big Horner. Oh, fuck you. Not second Selvala. What did we need? What did we need second Selvala for? Fuck this guy. Immediately. Alright. Enters with counters. If damage would be dealt while it has a counter, prevent that damage, remove that many counters, then give each player a rad counter. I fuck with that. I fuck with that immediately. This is my goat. I love rad counters. I would house rule everybody getting a rad counter around no matter what. I would house rule every turn, like after turn 10, you get as many rad counters as you have lands on the field. Fuck you, green players. Deal with it. Hold it. Alright, next up we got Boomer Scrapper. ETBs are attacks, lose a life, make a junk. It's not very good. Whenever a token you control leaves the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Boomer Scrapper. Fuck what I said, this card's goated. This card's messed up and bad. I'm upset. I don't think that they would have been my childhood friend. The archetype supported here is fucking everything. Just fucking everything that Rakdos has ever wanted to do. I'm going to put this in my Prosper deck yesterday. Then Brotherhood Outcast. 3 mana, ETB, recur a cheap thing, or put a shield counter on a creature. Wow, that is not good. Wow, that is just not very strong. Is this in a precon? I feel like it has to be because it's something that you would otherwise just cut. Gabriel, thank you for the $10 super chat. Just got to say the riz you bring to the Magic community through your content is truly outstanding. I appreciate that very much. I'm glad you feel that way. They're all in precons besides the alt name stuff. That makes sense. So this got to be in the dog meat one. I feel like there's a couple light pause decks that would care about this, or like a couple Enchantress decks that care about it, but oh wait, the sword cycle is 3, right? Like the gonna different Scryfall. Oh, these are 3. Okay, so it hitting swords, I actually don't mind this if you care a lot about Voltroning. This is definitely like a fair card, but it's a decent fair card. Brotherhood Scribe, Metalcraft, give an energy counter. Okay, so it's worthless, good to know. Whenever you get 1 or more energy counters, creatures you control get +1/+1. Never mind, it's fucked up and broken. So as soon as we really get like a prowess type thing for energy counters, this is gonna be horrifying. Dude, please middle click to open a new tab. What the fuck is a middle click, brother? Hey Maul, I got to meet Governor Jay Inslee today. How was your day? My day was fine. It was busier than I wanted it to be. Very sleepy. Mouse wheel. Click with scroll. Holy shit. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. Anyway, 2 mana 2/2 with Menace. Tunnel Snakes rule. +1/+1s for rogues. Honestly, putting menace counters on another thing is more than good enough to put this. I think people think this is fair. I don't think this is actually fair. I think this is one of the more easily abusable things I have seen out of the set in terms of putting it just on any commander that cares about kicking people in the head. Because Menace also like turns most situations where people are willing to chump block into, oh well, I can't possibly afford to chump block. Why does he get buffed by actual snakes? Flavor. Definitely would have been my childhood friend. Supported archetypes, head kicking. That's one of my favorite archetypes. And then I would say these are weird little guys. They're pretty lithe. They have slight builds. I would call them weird little guys. And then we got Caesar. Now I've had to play against this commander. I've had to play against this commander a whole bunch, thanks to my girlfriend, and I fucking hate him. I fucking hate him because he's good. I really thought when I saw this card get spoiled that sacrifice another creature when you attack was going to be a lot harder to do consistently than it actually was. And so what this actually says is, hey, you now have Phyrexian Arena, and also you make an extra 1/1 every turn. Lith isn't pronounced Lith? Sounds like it is, bro. Why'd I pronounce it that way then? Talk to me. See our girl Kate. 2 mana 1/1. The fairest fucking Gruul card I've ever seen. As long as it's your turn, Kate has indestructible. Okay. Whenever Kate attacks, you and defending player each draw a card, then discard a card. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on Kate. If you discarded the card with the highest mana value among those cards are tied for the highest. I love that. That's good. I love playing mind games. I really love playing mind games with my opponents, and God, playing blackjack with my own shit that I'm discarding is beautiful. I'm gonna find a deck I can find an excuse to play this in. It will definitely be Jund Reanimator, but let's not talk about that yet. Joe Salsa, I don't know if I'll be saving the VOD, but this will be getting edited into a YouTube video with like the highlights. Oh, it will also be a VOD on YouTube. Alright, Captain of the Watch. 6 mana. She a little bad, but 6 mana is steep. So Vigilant, Banner, and then ETB, make some soldiers. So what? It's ETB, put 6 additional. So put 9 power on the board for 6 mana. Wow, what a fucking. Nah, that's a fair card, fam. She bad. She bad in every sense of the word. That Argo is pretty hard. So 4 mana Vigilant 4/3. whenever cast or another creature you control dies, if it was enchanted or equipped. Oh, so you get to recycle. Okay, so you get to recycle your auras. I feel like that's both fair and hyper necessary. Like, I think if there was any archetype that needed to just be able to like recur all of their shit, I think the only archetype I would put forth is Boros Voltron, because it sucks so bad. Oh no! I think I closed all the... Oh wait, no. No, we're good. Okay, Cathedral Acolyte. Each creature with a counter has Ward 1. Ward 1 is... I'm on the side of put Ward on more things in terms of protection. Because, especially for lower power commander, and I'll tell you why. Because in lower power commander, everybody still brings high power interaction. They just bring low power win cons. Every table I've ever played at that said, oh, we're going to play at a casual level, made their decks casual by making their proactive stuff really bad, and they kept their reactive stuff really fucking powerful. And I think Mass Ward is a very effective way at dealing with those people. Like, nobody... But the counter... It does hurt that it's the counter players. If it was just +1/+1 counters, I would hate it. But it being any counters, you know, it's a little more broad. I can get behind it a little bit more. Codsworth Handy Helper. Commanders have Ward 2. Sure. Add double white, spend this only to lose the game trying to make Voltron work. And then do a Voltron. I think this guy's pretty great. I think this guy's pretty hot. I think if you run a Voltron deck, you should probably be running him. And if you don't, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Bean, please help Return of Jack with their Twitchy roll. Alright, next row. This guy's slick as fuck. I don't know if you guys follow the menswear guy on Twitter, but I think he would love this. This is right here, Drape Shape. There's a silhouette. This is all good. So 2/3 with lifelink, exploit. Other legendaries have exploit. Whenever a creature you control exploits, put a +1/+1 on each creature. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. I hate this guy. I mean, I feel like as a commander, this is like the most Little Bean into the most horrifying turn you've seen. The most horrifying turn you've seen in your entire life. Because I feel like you have to wait until you have a good token generator and a pretty wide board. But then as soon as you have a wide board and you just flop all the white legendaries out, you blow everybody to shit. Also, I'm going to text my girlfriend real quick, so 1 second, you guys. So it's a Fallout review, video game agnostic. I'm not sure that it's agnostic. I just don't know very much about the games other than 4, and so I will need y'all to chime in. But I think this is horrifying for go wide boards. I'm not sure if this is lore relevant. So you know what? We'll look up if this is lore relevant. Colonel Augustus Autumn. Well, they already got his hair wrong, so that's not great. The Purifier Conflict. So he's in the Enclave. Rank and file, yada yada yada. Granted the rank of Colonel. He kept the Destruct sequence. Under his leadership, they started research projects. So he doesn't care about ethical misgivings, prioritizes efficiency. I feel like that's broadly correct. He wants to infest the water supply with a radioactive virus. Alright. Alright. Oh, so he wants to poison all the water so that the only pure water is his. So I feel like thematically this fits. Obviously you can't they didn't replicate the water supply thing. Mr. Nestle. That's like almost close enough to right. It says a reliable source of pure water could be leveraged to attract the masses of wastelanders to the Enclave, which would provide them with ample amounts of water, protection, and most importantly, a plan for the future. So he immediately deployed all of it. RedTag83, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. And then Commander Sofia Daguerre. So Flash, that sounds about right for Crash Landing. Destroy a legendary permanent and give them a junk token. This is the worst card we have seen yet. This is the worst fucking card we have seen out of the whole set so far. 4 mana, destroy a legendary permanent and give them a token. Is this a Fallout 76 card? So it does reflect how good the game is. Good to know. That's very good to know. Okay, but consider the possibility to blow up their legendary and say it's junk. I honestly... We're going to add to the rubric ability to make quips. And we're going to put Sophia over there because that is a good quip. Being able to go nice commander looks kind of like junk and then flick this card at them. I'll hold up 4 mana for that. I mean, this thing is fucked up. This ability, I think, exists in many different forms. There's not too much to say about it. Not a little guy. Not my friend. Everybody saying would. We'll put you in therapy. Purple Canoe 22, thank you for the Twitch follow. That's already a real magic card. These are real magic cards, Talamar. Are you having a stroke? Do you think these aren't do you think these cards aren't real? Do you smell toast? No, like it's real. Oh yeah, no, I'm just razzing you to razz you. All right, Craig Boone, 3 mana, 3/3 with reach and lifelink. What's power creep? Never heard of it. Never heard of it. So when you attack with a lot of guys, put quest counters on, and then shoot another creature unless they get shot in the face. I think in Boros, I fuck with this. In Naya or Jeskai, as soon as you start proliferating or cheating these counters, I no longer fuck with you. I don't think it's particularly strong. Because this card feels a lot like it feels a lot like Magical Christmas Land to make it work well. Because consistently attacking with 2 or more creatures generally means that your attacks have to trade favorably, which is often a big ask. Now, once you fart tokens, this man's the GOAT. But once you fart tokens, you're already winning. So I like him. I think he's a good way to, like, push. I think, like, he's a pretty good win more card as far as win more cards go. Why are we giving the 1/2s double strike and trample? Is this meant to be your Voltron target? Are we really in the same... Hold on. No, it's not this guy. Fucking... It's a 2 mana 3/3. Son of a bitch. Horton fears a coup. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub and also for one of the best names I've seen in a while. That's it, the Aloe Alchemist. In the same world where we're printing a 2 mana 3/2 with trample that can give other things 3/2 and trample, how do we have a fucking 3 mana 1/2? Like, I get that it's just to make junks, but who's laying this down on turn 3 and then turn 4 being like, hey, let me pop you twice? Embarrassing. Alright, we got a robot. Whenever Curie deals combat damage, draw cards equal to base power. That's one of the fairest ways blue has ever drawn cards. So blue, exile something. Copy the exiled creature, except it also has this. Ah! Now it's totally fucked up and bad. Because you put this on, like, Traxos. Right? You put this on Traxos. And then you just go to town. Eldrazi? No, it's artifact creatures. Eldrazi aren't artifacts. You're putting this on, like, Traxos, Cityscape Leveler. You're putting this on Rock'em Sock'em Robots, not the Eldritch Horrors. But either way, my god. Alright, and then some of the worst recursion I've ever seen. 4 mana, 3/4 with Vigilance. When she attacks, target creature card or in your graveyard that's an artifact or has mana value 3 or less gains escape until end of turn. The escape cost is equal to its mana cost plus exile 2 other cards from your graveyard. I like that we're trying to give Boros the tools to rebuild a little bit. We need to give them slightly better tools. This could be like a 3 mana 1/4 and just have its damage not really matter. Because 4 mana is way too fucking expensive for I'm gonna get a little guy back. Black is getting their little guys back accidentally. Black is getting their little guys back just fucking because. The laser cannon thing is sick as fuck. But this is not very strong. And then Dogmeat. I think Dogmeat's pretty fair. This is like dipping into self-mill for Naya. If this had access to black, I would be scared very quickly because of graveyard tutors. This is pretty powerful because... Oh, it's ETB, actually. I think if you set up a Dogmeat Flicker deck, it could get pretty spooky. I played against the Precon and it was pretty fine. I think you could definitely do something with Flicker Dogmeat, self-mill a bunch, put a million equipment cards in your hand. I'm not convinced that the junk tokens matter at all, other than you might have like doubling season in here just because. Unquestionably would have been my childhood friend. Unquestionably a little guy. The quips. I feel like any way you try to quip with the name Dogmeat is just going to come off as very gross. Alright, this is the Energy Counters Commander. I've talked about this one before. I think this card is crawling so that Modern Horizons 3 can walk. Because they're doing another Jeskai energy deck in Modern Horizons 3. And I think that they really made her precon not as good to make that deck sing, because I think this is cracked. I know that I know there's a bunch of artifact untappers, and so getting energy counter for every artifact spell screams to me like Cheerios self-mill. Thank you, baby. Dendro, I think the Modern Horizons 3 Jund thing, I think that was like a symbol.
Really, really hot.
Oh, it's really hot. Thank you.
You want to refill later?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was a symbol mix-up when they published the stuff. All right, Duchess. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage, put a quest counter. Remove quest counters to make junk tokens. They are kind of, you're right, they are kind of leaning into the, like, if you are a redhead, guess what? You're a red card. 76 card, I should have known because it's not very strong. I do like that they're handing, you know, some more card advantage to red, and that they have to earn it. But this is a fair card in an unfair game. The Shadow Man 115935, thank you very much for the Twitch follow. Havoc Wolf and Adot Kits, thank you very much for the Twitch follows as well. That's a little too much mana for red. Yeah, honestly, asking red to cast a 4-mana card and then have mana after the combat step, it's not happening. Okay, whenever you attack, wall of text about putting quest counters on. Sacrifice it. Draw cards equal to quest counters. I don't like that. Definitely a weird little guy. Probably would have been my childhood friend. But I don't like that, and I'll tell you why. It's because only the token players are really going to benefit from that. ED doesn't even have to attack, so you don't have to risk ED with his little flying ass. But the only players that are going to benefit meaningfully from 5 mana to begin drawing cards, yeah, the goddamn Caesar players. The goddamn Oherthak players. The goddamn Mondrak players. The Chatterfang players. No. No, no, no. And then, I know this guy. This guy's a piece of shit. 4-2? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, he definitely skipped leg day. His posterior chain was not impressive. Giving creature tokens training, I hate. Mainly because I know that the tokens players struggle with basic arithmetic, and I hate giving them more things to keep track of. This is like, it's definitely diet Cathar's Crusade. It's not the full-on difficulty of Cathar's Crusade. We are approaching there. And then obviously, right? You swing him to train your tokens. Oh, but then actually you didn't risk anything because you just sack a token. And that's the other thing I don't like, is it's trying to imply like, oh, this is fair because you have to risk a big creature. You can just risk him and then sack one of your 1,000,000 tokens the whole time. Alright, artifacts have Ward 1. I know I said good things about Ward earlier. I don't think artifacts deserve it, so fuck what I said. ETB, return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. Surely, that could never go wrong. Surely, there's no low mana artifacts that it would be problematic to have recur just on ETB. Surely white-blue could not find a way to flicker this man. Honestly, even this thing. Because it draws a card. On death? Who cares about on death? They are just going to stick this man onto a goddamn trampoline. You think he's dying? Never. This is the wrong thing. I don't remember what it is. This is what good pussy does to somebody. Alright, Feral Ghoul. So death payoff, give everybody rad counters. Fuck yes. I love rad counters. I will never hear a bad thing about rad counters. Even in the face of +1/+1 counter cheating from the Sultai players, I will never hear a bad thing about it. Gary Clone, this is way too fucking fair of a card. So the Gary clones get an extra +1 for each new Gary clone you make. So I guess if you're in white and you shit 1,000,000 mana, it becomes okay. This is definitely the highest rank of little guys we've seen because it is theoretically endless little guys. And then once you get like token copiers, totally fine. But my god. And then Gem Razor, this is a reprint. I'm super down with this. I hate artifacts. I hate enchantments. So even though it's mono green, I'll let them have it. I hate this thing. I've played against it. It seems so simple to just have 2 instances of removal. But when I have played against this Caesar deck, you guys, it turns out you can make it many, many turns with only 1 instance of removal that you cannot use on the important thing, because the important thing is a legendary human that's indestructible. I do like that the graveyard hate is costed appropriately. Glowing one, that's a weird guy, not a little guy. Whenever a player mills a non-land, you gain a life. I like that. I like that specifically for rad counters. Well, I mean, honestly, for green, for putting mill back on the map in terms of like affecting the board state, I do like that. Grave Titan, funny little reprint. 6 mana to make 3 creatures. Is rad like poison? No, rad is at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you mill as many cards as you have rad counters, and for every non-land you milled, you lose 1 life, and you take a rad counter off. So if you have 10 rad counters, you mill 10 cards. If all of them are non-land, you lose all 10 rad counters and 10 life. So then you see it, so you can theoretically like work off the debt by milling non-lands, and then not have to mill anymore. This art looks incredibly disturbing in terms of the implication of Gunner Conscript. +1/+1 for each aura and equipment. When it dies, if it was enchanted or equipped, make 1 junk token each. Yeah, they know this thing is getting shot in the chest. They know this thing is getting shot square in the chest. I mean, this is like way too fair of a card. I think this could be a lot less fair. Because it's not getting counters. To my knowledge, there's not really a way to copy this static part of the ability. This is my goat. This seems like a terrible commander. Terrible commander, very good like lieutenant, like thing in your deck that you want. Cause in Mothman, once you get the counters out and running, this dude beefs it. Or I guess you could do like sack proliferate in mono black if you really wanted to, but it's very, very okay. Literal tree huggers. Literal tree huggers. I do like that it gives rad counters. I think this is more fair ramp than I typically see out of green, so I fuck with that. Hornet Queen is a fucked up evil card. Every time I've had this card resolve against me, it has immediately crawled directly into my butt and ended the game, so I'm not a big fan of that. I am a fan of Havoc Wolf. Thank you for your Prime sub. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. I did not realize Hullbreaker Horror was in this set, but hell yeah. Silver Isle, thank you very much for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Why are we talking about Cazadores? Okay, Ian the Reckless. When he attacks, if he's modified, you can have it deal damage equal to power to you and any target. What a fucking bad card. Me, when I finally give red some targeted interaction, but I also have to kick myself square in the dick. Give him lifelink. That solves every... Yes, but also that solves every problem. Right? Almost anything that has to attack becomes good if you go, oh, it has lifelink now. Like when you can just assume that one of these specific cards that would make your card good will be attached to the card. Sure. What about all the times when that doesn't happen? And you instead shoot your own cock off. Purple Canoe, thank you for the tier 1 Twitch sub. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. So yeah, if you get lifelink on him, great upside. Just put 60 sources of lifelink in the deck, easy. Ethel, that's my goat. You got it. Sick reprint, please ban this card. Fairest card ever, no problems here. I love milling people. I love kicking people in the head. This card seems incredibly okay. Oh, good. It's legacy legal, you guys. Just wait for James, the colorless mana dork, to shatter the legacy format near you. He's from Fallout 3. That's your dad who left for cigarettes. Oh, I do remember that, actually. I do think I've played Fallout 3. James, the getter of milk. I feel like them being legacy legal is them going, well, maybe we got one wrong. Maybe there's one that's just way better than we thought it was. And we'll see. Okay, next up we got Jason Bright. Oh my god, Doodles, you got Mind Goblin these nuts in chat? I weep for you, brother. I weep for you. That's a horrible thing to see happen on a Wednesday evening. No, Uti, they are all legacy legal, and I'm saying that they made them all legacy legal just in case they made something super fucked up. And they were like, sure, we'll let it impact a 60 card format. Okay, whenever a zombie or mutant you control dies, if its power was different. I mean, this is card draw for the +1/+1 counter players, and I'm gonna use it because it's fair when I use it, but also fuck you. Also, you definitely draw, like, blue +1/+1 counters is most typically Simic, and those people already have more than enough cards. They also super don't need to be able to give things flying. Keeper. Oh, God. Literally, I'm struggling to think of a joke that does not... Like, it's for the whites, which definitely opens me up to say some foul shit. But I think... I don't know. I like catch-up mechanics. I do think that on each opponent's end step is quite a lot. I think it's quite a lot for on every end step I can get a planes. Red Witcher 77, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. This dude's sick as hell. Fuck them kids. I don't care about these kids. I do care about that sick-ass gun. First strike and haste, fucks. Treasure tokens on attacks, fucks. Sack treasures, steal something, that fucks. Straight into Prosper. Now this card is awful. This card is truly awful. This is ETB. It says sack a 10th, which I'm assuming is very flavorful. That number is 1. And in the instance where it's more than 1, that it doesn't matter. Right? Because if they have enough to make it more than 1, then they have 20 or 30, and it's like, oh no, they're down to 18. I understand that they are doing a very good literal usage of Decimate, and I do love that it's flavorful. The second line of text is much more relevant, and you could probably have this as the head of like a Rakdos control deck. But it is very like, they were like, yeah, let's do all flavor and 0 function. This card's a goddamn house. It's definitely cool. It's not a little guy, but it's a rock'em sock'em robot, and I fuck with that. And it does seem decent that I'm always worried about allowing the artifact players to do anything. So I'm not confident that it's actually okay. I know people that have spoken very fondly of it. This is actually exactly what my grandma looks like. ETB with 2 +1/+1 counters. Beginning of upkeep, double it. Otherwise, remove all but one and then gain life. That's kind of cool, and I'm pretty sure never relevant because Lily Bowen just fucking murders everyone. So... like, I'm pretty sure you play Lily Bowen, and then you just punch everybody to death. Red Witcher 77, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. Totally normal reprint. Zombies do probably need it. Loyal Apprentice. Oh, make some tokens. I mean, sure. Sure, Mardu needs it. Sure, Mardu fucking needs it. This guy's funny. I also think this one is legacy relevant, which I find hilarious because you can... I do believe it's Dark Depths. Yeah. You can throw down Dark Depths, and then with the 10 ice counters, discount this to 0, and then you just need 2 green. Which is funny as fuck. I will never stop laughing at the Dark Depths players being like, fine, well, if we can't cheat out Dark Depths, we'll just cheat out the 8/8 with Trample. Oh yeah, Yavi Maya too. So you just Yavi Maya, your Dark Depths is a forest. Okay, alright bro. Here we go. Yavi Maya, Dark Depths is a forest, and then turn 2, boom. I mean, this card seems fun. I am inclined to say fair little guy, because this can get pretty bad. This can get pretty bad, but you do need to get a lot of stuff going. Is a literal little guy. Probably the littlest guy. Might have been my friend, since it is a child, when I was a kid. This is Simic, so I am honor bound to hate it a little bit. I do appreciate that it incentivizes head kicking. Like, we really need more than anything. We need more than anything to force the Simic players to actually do something. And Marcus really incentivizes you to do something. Then we have a 4/4 with Vigilance. Give somebody a rad counter. On mill, draw a card, put a 1/1 counter on mild. I mean, fuck rad counters. Me, when I mesmerize my orb, right? Only once each turn? Fine. Untap step, bro. Give me a card, give me a counter, pass. It's it like, I know it's in a precon. I think this one is just good if you have any mill synergies. Like, I think Esper Mill loves this too. Like, Mono Blue Mill loves this too. Also, for anybody not on Twitch, we are streaming live on Twitch as well, and that is where I am most able to watch chat. So if you're from TikTok and YouTube and you want access to additional commands or just to watch on the big screen, make sure to head over to twitch.tv/Maldhound. But thank you all for watching in the first place. We won't do the Morbid Opportunist reprint. Just a good fucked up card. Mr. Gutsy. So grows with Voltron. Makes tokens when you die. Honestly, they deserve it. The Voltron players deserve it. As long as it's junk counters, I'm inclined to let him have it. Alright, when she ETBs, make a colorless equipment artifact token named Survival Guide. With equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each quest counter among permanents you control. Whenever you attack, put a quest counter on target non-land permanent. Oh, the guide isn't legendary. The only thing I don't like about this is there's a couple mechanics, I mean, like Rad for the most part, where you can only make it work within the Fallout set. And I'm pretty sure quest counters are also Fallout set specific. Oh yeah, no, this is some Uncanny Valley shit right here. Any way to generate lots of quest counters? You can generate lots of them. Most of the way you do it is by swinging a lot of creatures. So she doesn't get it. We're not gonna speculate onto the gettability until we get to the tier list. I love this guy. I love rolling dice. If you love rolling dice and cheating at rolling dice, play this man. He fucks. You get robots and you get treasures for rolling die, and you can just roll a bunch of d20s and then you win. Tetrarunes, thank you very much for the tier 1 Twitch sub. Welcome back to the dog home for 4 months in a row, my friend. I appreciate you. Oh, Blood Chief Ascension is also quest. That's a good call out. I have yet to resolve this man, but he's sitting in my Prosper deck, and I super want him to. I super want to resolve him because it's so funny, because it's theft, but you can steal from yourself. And then you can just repeat the thing again. See, Chimera, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Alright, Nick can only be blocked by artifact creatures. Whenever he or another artifact creature dies, you may investigate. This seems like a very narrow card in a world where Tiny Meat Gang exists. Like, sure, he's a 2/2 and can only be blocked by artifacts. But like when Tetsuko is out here, goddamn. Goddamn, is this just a little underwhelming. Yeah, his two abilities do not synergize. He really just has like, hey, what if both lines of text said artifact creature in them? Nightkin, Ambusher, Ward, ETB for rad counters. Can't be blocked as long as defending player has a rad counter. This is way too fair. ETB for rad counters is pretty good. But a 4/4 that is sometimes unblockable, not hacking it. I do love the art. This art is sick as fuck. This is another card that I've been punched in the face with many times, and I don't fucking like it. I don't like it. I don't like it when you just make all your tokens vigilant and make them all hit harder than my commander. Every time I've seen this resolved, it has made me mad. D-Scotes, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Okay, so Pitiless is a reprint, so we'll go down to Powder Ganger. Alright, Paladin Dance. I definitely thought he was choking out a civilian, and I thought that was way more on brand for being the cops. 3/3 Vigilant Lifelink. Exile him to unboard wipe yourself. Seems like a horrible commander. This seems like a very mid commander. I don't think he would have been my childhood friend because I think he would have choked me out. There are other little guys in his art, but he is not a little guy. Oh yeah, I would say he's probably good in Pauper Commander just because he hits hard. Panda Waffles, yeah, if you exile a commander, you can put it back to the command zone. Size of ZX, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. And then we have... Okay, and we just have a better Paladin next. So whenever you attack with her and 2 others, you can draw a card and then do this. So it's better than Paladin Dance, but this is also bad Winota. This is purely bad Winota. I don't care what copium we huff in the chat about this. I mean, it still hits. I think it's probably fairer Winota, and so you can probably get away with playing it at like a casual table. So I do like that. Yeah, that's true. Bad Winota is not saying much. Fair Winota. That's what we'll call her. She's fair Winota. I do like Piper Wright. I like the combat damage that can pay off for your board state later, but doesn't necessarily do it immediately. Since it's clues and you have to pay mana in, yada yada yada. Powder Ganger is perfect. Pay 2 to blow up multiple soul rings. The artifacts deserve it. Notably not a little guy though. I've just run into this guy in my... Obviously, I restarted Fallout 4. I've just run into this guy again. And why are people shit-talking him? Like, in the game. As a card, he's just bad. Untapping every enchanted permanent you control sounds good until you can board wide enchant something. Shitty. Another... It's just the quest man thing. Alright, got it. Another settlement does need our help. My bad, gang. Another settlement does need our help. Typo, TikTok chat does work. I'm just having trouble clicking through it often enough. Crypto Reset, thank you all for the gifts. I appreciate them, although I do not know what they mean. What about the settlement problem? Okay, so I think Preston Garvey does lock down ability to make quips. Oh, so he's just... Okay, so it's that he lacks character, not that he has bad character. Oh, this is a reprint. It's a fucked up card. I fuck with this. As much as I don't like giving green more stuff for 1/1 counter cheating, I do like blowing up artifacts and enchantments. And I think that's like... Cause like here to here, right? Here to here, I think that's only about 1 foot. So this is a cute little guy. This is a pretty sweet little guy. Alright, Raoul, Troubleshooter. This seems fine. Casting spells that you milled that turn, and you have to pay mana costs, Fair as fuck. Good. I love stealing. I love taking things. This card is way worse than I thought it was. I wanted to put this card into Stella Lee and then decided against it because I totally forgot about the card draw stipulation. You getting 1 red mana for gold. You never give these motherfuckers cards. You never give these motherfucker cards unless you are gaslighting. If you are deep in the gaslighting sauce, you can give them 1 card as a treat, like with Quain. I could see this in Marchesa. Like River Dragon said, only because the crime will allow you to use the red mana to get card advantage. Alright, so 3 mana 2/2. That has to hit. Oh, but you can steal abilities. Alright, real quick, chat. How fucking fast does this go infinite? Just tell me. Just tell me, because I can already see... Turn 3, I did it. Fuck. So the answer is just yes. Because I know, like, this motherfucker. So it has to be a creature. So are there any creatures that tap for... So for 2, if you can tap a creature for 2 mana, you have infinite mana. And then if you can do anything else with a tap ability, oh my fucking god. Cool. Cool, put him down. I like this. I love a number of cards in hand. Honestly, pretty soft that he does not break hand size. Very soft that he does not break hand size. Oh, this is weak. Like, I'll probably put this in a Niv Mizzet deck just because I hold so many cards in my hand. But this is soft. All right, Rose. We have a lot of these Gone Wild robots. Turning junk into red mana feels very good. I'm inclined to say the card is like eminently playable just because it turns junk into treasures. It doesn't make that many junks, and so I don't feel like you would make it... I don't feel like you would make it a commander, and I don't feel like it would be incredibly powerful. But I think there's a lot of Boros decks that would get, like, saved by having this card. Alright, 3 mana 2/2. Oh, Squad is exiling cards from your graveyard? The rat decks... I'm actually not sure how I feel about this one, because you can very easily self-mill yourself in multicolors, but rat decks aren't doing that very much. And so it's really like, I mean, how much are you normally going to be able to do with this? Probably like 4 to 6, maybe. 3 mana, have no graveyard, have a bunch of menacing 2/2s. Oh, let's rats go from board wipe to full board again. That's a good point. Yeah, Bean, I know you can get really high if you've pushed your whole deck into the yard, but I'm saying, like, rat decks typically don't want to push their whole deck into the yard. But I do think this is an okay are a pretty good secondary, like, bounce back spell. Alright, 6 mana, that's pretty steep. Attacks give rad counters. Whenever non-lands get milled, create that many 2/2 black zombie mutant creatures. Yeah, this guy fucks. I have not resolved him yet, but I want to. I hate this. I hate this thing. I hate this. Putting 1/1 counters. I like banners much more than this because counters are almost forever. For tokens, they basically are forever because 90% of the ways you would get counters off a thing would kill the token. I do think the squad cost is pretty fair. I think if it was 2, it would be really fucked up. And I think if it was 4, it would be horrible. So I do like where they set the squad cost. Wide and tall like Shaq. Alright, 5 mana. 5 mana 4/4. This text box better be a fucking heater. Haste, good start. As long as an artifact ETB'd, creatures you control get +2/+2. When 3 creatures attack, deal damage equal to artifacts you control the target player. Caesar is fucking laughing at you. Caesar is shitting his pants, howling in laughter at how fair this card is compared to every other thing we've seen just for like Caesar's precon. Like the +2, the artifact ETB definitely helps your ability to swing with 3 things, but like, oh my god. Caesar laughing so hard his brain tumor pops, yup. Alright, flash, get energy, pay energy to put 1/1 counters on. I don't mind that. It doesn't feel strong yet. I think this is another like wait and see until Modern Horizons 3 comes out. And then it might become playable, but right now it's booty. Alright, Sean's building a affection doll in the background. 3/4, 5 mana, and is it? Whenever you attack, make a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of target attacking legendary creature other than Sean, but it's not legendary. And it's a synth artifact creature in addition to its other types. That's great. I love that. When Sean leaves the battlefield, exile all synth tokens you control. Now he sucks. The first thing I was thinking was for my Niv Mizzet copy deck into the Mizzetverse and lose all tokens as soon as somebody kills a 3/4. Come on. Just let me cheat a little bit. Just let me cheat a little bit. I was so with you when you said copy my legendary creatures and not sack them to the legend rule. And then as soon as somebody kills a 3/4 with no protection, they all blip out of existence. Come on. Come on, man. River Dragon, it does say explicitly you can't pick Sean. So you would have to put a Kevlar vest, fresh Tims, a helmet on this man. Okay, so quest counter and food tokens. This honestly isn't a bad food synergy. This feels like it goes in a Lord of the Rings deck more than a Fallout deck. Cutest female face art so far. Definite contender. This is a reprint. I think this might be a reprint, but I'm not positive. I know that is. But this is fucked up. This is fucked up and crazy as soon as you start untapping. As soon as you show me a voltaic key. I like this guy. The effect is incredibly narrow. But I think it's a good effect, and it's so expensive that I do think it's fair. Yeah, if they could bring rad counters in anywhere else, I would love it, because I loved what they did with rad counters. But right now it's like, okay, if you want to build a deck that cares about rad counters, you are building a deck that is 95% Fallout. Milk of human kindness? What the fuck did you just say to me? What did you just say to me? Okay, 5 mana to recur something to hand. Too fair. Instantly too fair. Damn, I've played Fallout 4, and I do not remember that, man. Okay, 3/3 with haste on attack. You either impulse draw, or you get energy counters. I'm gonna again say this is like a wait for Modern Horizons 3. Because with better energy counter payoffs, this could be super good. Right now, it's too fair. Once you can get some really fucked up energy counter payoffs, then I believe it. Or if this had like vigilance, so that you could use it to tap to like kill blockers, then I would really like it. But I like choices. I like choices that matter. Okay, and then this is just spark double. Not even spark double. Creature copy with improvise. I love Tato Farmer. This is another guy that I've not gotten to resolve in my Mothman deck. And I very fuck with self-radiation. And I'll say that to any Vault Tech employee. I, Mauled Hound, really love irradiating myself and then getting my lands back. Lewis8925, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. So the master I know has to be hot. I think this is like, I think I've seen people saying you can make fringe CEDH stuff with him, which I believe because he's Sultai, and as soon as you have like Kinnan but with tutors, it can be CEDH. But I do like theft. I love stealing and taking things, and stealing things from other people, but without just being like, oh, I stole your hecking chonker and now I'm gonna kick you in the head until you die. Once again, like looking for good abilities to steal. Blue Karu, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Then we have a just big thing. When it ETBs, choose an opponent. You get energy equal to the number of non-basic lands they control. When it attacks, you can pay 4 to destroy a non-basic land they control. This card's based as hell. And creatures that player controls without flying can't block. Current favorite card. Current favorite card of the set. Fuck yes. Fuck your non-basics. Fuck your lands. Forget all of your lands. I love this. Show me your Joda deck. Show me your Joda deck right now, man. Show me your land base. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. And then the GOAT, the Mothman. This is the card. Honestly, the only disappointing thing about this card to me is that it is difficult to build a unique deck because rad counters are so siloed in Fallout. And if you go for like mill or +1/+1, it's just so blasé. But I love him. I love him. I think he's fair. I think he's explosive, sexual, all types of things. All right, then we got 3 Dog. So you can pay 2 to basically like take an aura off him to fork an aura to every other thing. I think this card is probably a little too fair. It's probably fun, and it's probably a lot of fun when you get it going. Oh, wait. Hold on. My bad, y'all. I'm smoking crack. This card's very good. You see it? Shoot him. You see it? I need you to begin hating on your local radio stations. Immediately. Immediately. 3Dog, former Galaxy News DJ. I forgot how bad auras were. I forgot how fucked up and terrible auras were. And all the things that will let you recur auras. I might try to build a deck for this guy. This is hot. This is some hot shit. Thrill Kill Disciple. They really did not want to give red a single good stat line. Everything we've seen today has been like, do you want to pay 5 mana for a 1/1? It's a steal at twice the price. And then they're giving everybody else just like, hey, for 2 mana you can punch a hole into somebody's chest, and then every time they cry out in pain, you double your creature's power. Does that sound good to you? So squad. So 1, discard a card? What the fuck are we talking about? I thought it was gonna be, they were gonna make up for it with 1 mana, but dump a card to make a 3. Madness? Sure. But if you're running Madness, you're already running Anja, or Anya, or however you pronounce it. Like, if you're running Madness, you're running this commander, and you don't give a fuck about this guy because you're trying to turbo combo with Anya. Oh, this is a reprint. This is a strong card. I don't like it. Veronica. If you attack, you can card select. You can discard to draw. Whenever you discard, make a junk token. I like that. I think it's far too fair. I think it's definitely more than a little too fair. But I do think this is good card selection in colors that need it, and junk tokens are pretty tight. And I think the cost is reasonable for it. I'm not sure if she's little. Yeah, first decent stat line for red. 3/3 with menace for 3. I think she might have been my friend. We could play Rock'em Sock'em Robots together based on this hand. Then Vexing Radgol. 2 if they have no rad counters or proliferate. I think that's good and fair. I like that. I hate birds, but I'm okay with this one. This is unfortunately a little guy. So it does definitely get a point for being a little guy, regardless of how unfriendly it looks. Okay, that's reprint. Alright, Wasteland Raider, another squad thing. ETB Sacrifice. This is fucked. This is fucked and hot and bad, and I don't like it. I do like that squad triggers on ETB, so I can counterspell this if I need to. But this is like scaling how many edicts do I need to cast. Right? Because it's Wasteland Raider and then it is literally Wasteland Raider, and then do you want to cast as many slightly worse Sheoldred's Edicts as you want? So I'm down. Yeah, this is a good ass card. Unanari, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. I do think it's like fair in the sense of at high power, you're not going to get to the mana amounts where you cast this for crazy. But I think at like casual commander, incredibly good, functionally one-sided board wipe. Create a token that's a copy of it, and you can put 1/1 counters on. I mean, you show this thing doubling season, and they're busting. They are straight busting. In their jeans, out the seams, whatever you want. Make a token copy of the creature as you put 1/1 counters on it. This is literally like... This is like fucking Fruit Ninja. Where you and then the room is just full. 4 million elk. This is in Grumgully? Go to hell. This card is an elk kindred deck. This card is just a full elk deck. Oh, this is a reprint. I do like the art. She bad. Okay, 4 mana, ETB, make some tokens. End step, if something died, make a food. That's way too fucking fair. This seems like another thematic choice where it probably reflects some, like, cannibalism that happened in the game. But this is... Yeah, this is weak as hell. Alright, Winding Constrictor, Artifact Buffer, Counter Buffer, or sorry, not art, Counter Buffer across the board. 2 mana, 2/3. Again, every red card with this text box too. Every red card is just looking at this with their paltry stat lines, being like, "Why wasn't it me? Why am I a 3 mana 1/2 wizards?" When they're a fucking 2 mana 2/3 with just straight hotness. It's another repro. It's still even worse. Even worse. The power creep. Power creep can't even reach red then. If this shit is old too, you're telling me the new red cards can't beat Kaladesh? Even... That just proves my fucking point. It just proves my fucking point. We're going a decade back. We're going a decade back to get these reprints. And we're flopping them out with these great text boxes. And we're showing the new red stuff. And we're saying 3 mana 1/2. Kaladesh was a decade ago? I have no idea. I don't know when Kaladesh was. I don't know what Kaladesh is. This card is like very light group hug. Very, very light group hug. Young Deathclaws. Okay, canonically more little guys. Each creature card in your graveyard has Scavenge. Scavenge cost is its mana cost. Exile a creature card from your graveyard and pay mana cost. Put a number of +1 counters equal to that card's power on target creature. That's very fair. That is overwhelmingly fair. I mean, if you have a doubler, sure. I could definitely see this as like, let me get to fucking commander damage, but wow, is that more fair than I expected for Golgari Graveyard gameplay. Oh, true. Phyrexian Dreadnought to the rescue. Never mind, guys. We broke it. We broke it. It's done now. We're taking it home. I don't know. I think that's good. I think that's like some good shit to have in a self-mill deck as a way to make sure you can actually kill somebody. Okay. So with all the creatures reviewed, we're going to give some scores out of 10. Looking back through this, I do think for Commander, there was a little bit of creep here. There wasn't too much, but it sort of gently introduced a lot of things of advantage states are going to constantly get pushed. You are going to kill people. We are going to put damage on the board. People are going to draw cards. The game state is advancing no matter what we do. I'm texting my girlfriend again. That said, it's not cranked to hell. So I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 for overall power. Well, yeah, Doctor Who was a bunch of limp British men smacking each other in the face. So I'll say 7. Maybe 7.5 in the mornings. For archetype supported, I'm only going to say 2. There's not many. It did not feel like many. It felt like there was Voltron, me when I kick you in the head, and me when I kick you in the head, but with a lot of people. Oh, and self-mill. So we'll say 3. We'll say 3 out of 10. Bog War, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. Would they have been my childhood friend? Sometimes. We'll give that a sometimes out of 10. And are there any little guys? That is going to be a yes out of 10. Not a yes exclamation point, which is the highest grade you can receive on are there any little guys out of 10. But there are definitely enough little guys to say yes. So now we're going to move on to enchantments. This rubric is scored out of 5 because enchantments suck. They're only half as good as creatures, so they only get half as many scores. We're going to score these on whimsy. We'll say specifically wasteland flavor, and then how much they drove up the price of pick your poison. This will become relevant later. So for the pick your poison context, we're going to go to TCG player. I said we're going to go to TCG player. So it's looking like, you know, right around March 8th, we hit this really big inflection point. And you may be wondering, why does that matter? Let's see when the release date was. Oh, wow. It's almost like I planned that. It's almost like that bit was planned ahead of time. That the dramatic price increase of Pick Your Poison coincided almost exactly with the release of the Fallout set. And so as we review these enchantments, and potentially these artifacts, we are going to be assessing which ones are the biggest culprits of beginning this trend line. Oh wait, what does it do? So it is an edict for enchantments, artifacts, and flying creatures. It's also seen an uptick because of Pioneer, because it gets used to fuck up. It gets used to fuck up a lot of Pioneer decks right now. It can fuck up Ensoul Artifact. It can fuck up Vein Ripper. That sounds bad? My friend, you do not play enough Magic. This card is very fucking strong. So, alright, we're going to divert for a moment. So this card is at the center of one of the most popular Pioneer decks right now. Because for 3 mana, you can play Sorin, you can down tick him, and then you play this guy. You just put this guy to field, a 6/5 Blood Artist but better with Ward, sacrifice a creature. And then the next turn, you can uptick Sorin to either put lifelink on your Vein Ripper, or you can swing Vein Ripper and then sack it to do lethal. And so pick your poison gets around the ward cost for Vein Ripper, and prevents them from getting the trigger off of you sacrificing a creature to pay for the thing. Anyway, so we're going to redo the advanced search. We're going to redo Fallout. We're going to do enchantments. Holy shit, 41. That's more than I thought. Well, we'll go over the... So, reprint, fix some mana. Fuck you. Marquez, I'm telling you that it's part of the price increase, but the trend line does not lie. And we can see a clear inflection point on the release date of Fallout. I'm surprised you're not adding is reprint to it. That would require me to have an understanding of Scryfall syntax, and I don't do that because I'm not a fucking nerd. Yes, I am. Bender 4K, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse, my friend. Okay, +2/+2 is goaded and gives defending creatures rad counters. I love goad. I love rad counters. This is tremendous. This is also flavor win for sure. All that glitters. I'll say flavor win here. Not... This is whimsical. I like this. I'll say flavor's good. Well, actually, I don't like the green players having it. As a card, I like it. Moogie Pope, Toe for the Gopher, Bender 4K, B Templar 77, Yin Yang Surfer, and Mordrock Cirque. Thank you very much for the Twitch follows. Welcome to the Doghouse, my friends. And Tetrunes, thank you for the 3 gifted community subs. Welcome to Dog Heaven. I appreciate your generosity very much. Okay, and then we've got Animal Friend. When this creature attacks, make a squirrel, put a +1/+1 counter on that token for each aura and equipment attached to this creature other than Animal Friend. So Voltron payoff. I've seen this get nasty in dog meat. I do not think this is whimsical. I do think this is Wasteland flavor. I hate Chatterfang. That is all. I think this card is probably too fair. It's probably a reprint. Yeah, it is. Okay. Definitely too fair. But Ass Legion, let's go. That has saved the card. Now, Whimsy, I'm going to make a note. Ass Legion, let's go. Fuck this card. I think this flavor's pretty good. Choose NCR or Legion. Beginning of your end step, recur something. Whenever a creature dies, put +2/+1/1. This is fair as fuck. This is way too fair. This is way too fair. Unless you have Do you... Unless you have the goddamn Scurry Oak combo on the field, this sucks. And if you have the Scurry Oak combo out, you just have the Scurry Oak combo. Fuck this card. We deserve... The non-green players deserve to ramp. Not this much. I think this is also a reprint. Yeah, sure is. This seems okay. Also a reprint. So a lot of the enchantments are just reprints. I think this is good wasteland flavor. This fucking card. My god. My god, this card. Not whimsical unless... Who's that one guy? Not whimsical at all unless the director of all the Guardians of the Galaxy's movies gets to set the musical score. James Gunn. Yeah, if James Gunn gets to set the score, then it's whimsical. Until then, no. Frank Sanity reprint, but a good reprint. Give me that mill. Sky... Oh, okay, I thought it was a rim job joke. Skyrim Jedi 55, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse. Kebab SSB, thank you. And Artisan Noodle, thank you as well. Welcome to the Doghouse, my new friends. D-Woods 154, thank you for the 4 months in a row with that Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate your generosity, my friend. This card is fucked. This card is... So 3 less to cast if a creature died this card, which is a thing you can guarantee with Caesar, and then you can enchant something and just make an additional combat phase. Oh, 3-dog? Yeah, this on 3-dog would be disgusting. This on 3-dog would absolutely just blow people to hell. Yeah, Morbid is a dope keyword. Alright, Guardian Project, fine reprint. Hardened Scales, same deal. I do like how they're flavoring all of these. Red Witcher, thank you for the 300-bit cheer. Welcome to Dog Heaven, my friend. I appreciate that generosity. I do also like that in the same set they reprinted All That Glitters. They decided to make All But Glitters except it's fair. Because now the fucking... Now you can kill it outside of combat. All That Glitters, if you're like in red for your removal, you have no fucking hope. Oh, it doesn't do anything for DJ. God damn it. They did fix it. Inexorable Tide, based as fuck, as long as it's not with Planeswalkers. We didn't need this one back. Caesar didn't need this. I don't like the flavor because it's trying to make the cops look good. No. Mantle of the Ancients. Okay, return all of your aura and equipment to the enchanted creature, and then give it All That Glitters. Jesus. Good God. Good reprint. I mean, somebody deserves it. Who was that? There was that one. Maybe Sierra deserves it. And I do think this is a good reference. This is a very sick and cool Vault Dweller reference for Mantle of the Ancients. Bruno moment? No, shut up. Shut up. Marshall's Anthem is pretty strong. Pretty strong, pretty good. Not whimsical at all. I'm not sure that I want to filter out the reprints because I think filtering reprints, like I think whimsy and flavor, how they do the reprints is very important to that. Because like mechanized production, I think I think this is a decent flavor usage of mechanized production in a state. I don't know that it's the best though. I feel like you could have done something with synths for this. Yosef, thank you for coming to me from YouTube. Who's hotter, Chandra or Liliana? Liliana. Goth mommies, that's all I have to say. Alright, Nerd Raid, Whimsy is 10 out of 5 on this card. No maximum hand size. If you have a million cards, make huge. I love this. I love this card. Yes. Over Encumbered is dope. I really like Over Encumbered for like all those reverse. It's like a reverse propaganda effect, like a narrow, you know, hey you, get in the corner, stop fucking kicking everyone in the head. The Glove, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. How the fuck do I say this name? Skixtrol? Skifttrol. Oh, Swift RL. Alright, dope. Swift RL, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. Alright, Rancor, this is a reprint, so is the flavor okay? I don't remember Freeside. I think the whimsy here is carrying. I don't know how the Fallout specific flavor is, but the whimsy here carries. Well, I mean, fuck you. I mean, fuck you forever. No. I don't like this. I don't like that this existed before. I don't like that it existed now. Oh, I love this card. So, Menace, on combat damage, make a treasure token. This is ramp. If you play a deck that has red, this card counts as ramp. This is your cultivate. Put that on Kellogg? Absolutely. This card is just sick as fuck. I don't know if this is a reprint or not, but it went immediately into my Prosper deck because I love stealing. I love taking things. Honestly, I don't know that the flavor is that up there. Like, I think hacking is just good science. I think they just, like, said a thing that they felt made sense for it. Oh, it's from Baldur's Gate. So, I don't think the flavor or whimsy is really that high here, but I do love the card. Alright, strong back. Swords equipped for free. Auras equipped for basically free. And then the thing... No, fuck this. No. Oh, and this is new. This is new heat. I know the Voltron players need help. They need a little bit less help. They needed less help than this. Struggle for project purity. I mean, this has to be, yeah, this has to be new hotness. I like this. This is group hug or don't fucking touch me. This card slaps. It's rad counters or everybody gets card draw, both of which are good things. Big Joe VA, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Oh, Becca breaks this card bad. Yeah, this would be good in Obeka. Obeka breaks a lot of stuff, though. Alright, 4 mana. Make a 1/1 Nefud. And then fully cheat an equipment onto something. And then fully just put an equipment onto a thing. There is a little guy in here. This might be the most disgusting step 1 to step 2 and 3 ramp up I have ever seen off of a saga. Cuz it goes from do nothing to Caldra Compliate or Colossus Hammer or just whatever. What if you had a 1/1? What if you had a functional Pure Steel Paladin and Stoneforge Mystic in one trigger? Alright, Vault 112. Tap a creature and put a stun counter, get energy, pay energy. If you paid 1 or more, shuffle, then exile. That's fun. That's pretty fun. I might start putting this just in my Izzet decks, even without energy counters, just to fucking pay for and gamble. For each opponent, make a token. Oh, this one is sick. I do believe I do believe that the flavor here is pretty good. And I like the effect a lot. Vault 12, give rads, make zombies, stack up zombies. I don't know what went down in Vault 12, but I feel like this is an accurate representation. Vault 13, exile something, gain 2, scry 2, return 2 cards. Oh, so one person just gets fucked. One person just gets boofed and the rest get their thing back. I think the flavor of these is pretty good, and I think they're all playable. Not in high power. This card sucks. Discard, draw, and then try to get, you know, a pair or 3 of a kind or 4 of a kind. Huge. Yeah, I believe the flavor win all the way. I believe the flavor win. I just don't necessarily believe that it's that good. Unless you luck out. Okay, I think I can guess what happened here with exile all creatures power 4 or greater. I'm guessing they didn't let the adults in and then put counters on. I buy that. Okay, so steal, make it a mutant, and then draw a bunch of cards. I think it's probably too... No. Well... You really only have 1 turn to swing with it. Very good flavor, but it's one turn to work with your stolen creature. It's well rested. Not a reprint. I know it doesn't have to be the creature you stole for the card draw. But after you don't control Vault 87, I don't think changing it to a mutant breaks this clause. So what I'm saying is you only... Oh, thank you, baby. What I'm saying is you only get to, like... If you take something you aim to use in combat, you only have the opportunity to use it in combat for that second step, which is not very impressive. But I do think it's a flavor win. When this creature becomes untapped, put counters on it, gain life. What the fuck? Excuse me? I hate that. This is just the most... This is the most little bean ass value engine I've ever seen. Of just like, oh yeah, on my untap step, I'll get 2 +1/+1 counters, some life gain, and card draw. God forbid. God forbid you start untapping on other people's turns. I mean, this is sure. I believe you that this is flavorful. I fuck with this card heavy. I do think... I think both from like a playability standpoint and from a flavor standpoint, this is hot. Oh, that is... The tea is too hot. I do want to get a copy for my Prosper deck. I think most decks that care about exile, red Necropotence, it's even more accurate than you said, Britt, because by making it red Necropotence, they made it worse. Like, you could just make worse Necropotence, and that's good enough to make it red Necropotence. Alright, that does bring us to the end of... the enchantments. So first, we're going to do... I'll do flavor first. I will say, you know, 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 for flavor. Now for whimsy, I saw a couple things that were whimsical. I didn't see too much, so I'm going to say... No, not a 2. I'm going to say we're at not quite Tim Burton. Out of 5 for whimsy. And then how much they drove up the price of Pick Your Poison. All I have to say is reprints count, get fucked. Reprints still count, get fucked. So that is going to be reprints count, get fucked, out of 5 for how much they drove up the price of Pick Your Poison. And then we're going to do lands. So, we're going to go through these a lot faster because we have some much more objective measurements here. One of the most important is yearning. Now, when I say yearning, what I'm saying is I want the environment to encourage me to want to live there. I should want to build a homestead there, even though the fact is my only survival skill is a racial bonus to police response times. It should still make me think, God, I want to live there, and I could figure out how to chop wood and start fires in order to live there. No. No. No, but it's typed, so I like that. Typed, and I like cycling. Well, actually, there's some yearning here. That'd be a cool cave to live in. And, you know, there's a little bit of yearning there, too. Definitely yes. Definitely yes. I don't know about yearning, but it does look cool. No. I don't want to get my toes wet. Hell no. Definitely yes for yearning. What else? I don't know if we could grow hominy on any of these places. Maybe the clifftop retreat. But even then, that soil looks pretty rocky. You guys got to admit, this shit looks pretty cool. Oh, okay. So Exotic Orchard, Evolving Wilds. We've got some maximum yearning there. Helios 1 is pretty cool. Having a land that just blows a thing up, that just fucking explodes something, I don't mind. It's definitely some yearning on Jungle Shrine. We could absolutely grow hominy here. I don't really like any of those. Okay, with the sword and the power armor, the enemy colored filter lands were made for this set. That is a point against them if we're talking about like Mossfire Valley, because holy shit do I hate these filter lands. Holy god, do I not like these. Troper, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. This set is a 0 out of 10 because literally the only reference we get to the New Vegas DLCs is flavor text right here. No Joshua Graham, no Ulysses, no Father Elijah, no Old World Blues. I'm very sorry for your loss. I need you to lock in. I need you to see past your biases. I love how Mossfire Valley is just literally Pittsburgh. It's just a photo of Pittsburgh. What do you got in the rest of these lands? I think there's some yearning here for Opulent Palace. I could definitely grow hominy there. Could definitely grow some hominy in these places. Hominy. Not a lot of yearning going on, though. I do yearn a little bit to live inside the dinosaur. Nobody... Hey, fucking stop. I know... Hey. No. A little bit of yearning on the temple. I love this. I do like the Wasteland. I love hating on these lands. And then I'll say some yearning for Windbrisk Heights. So we've got a ton of lands that do qualify as yearning. I really hate these filter lands. But I do like the temple cycle. The tainted ones I'm okay with. It's really the Viridescent Bog I don't like. Where are the other ones? The ones where you do a colorless to get color fixed, I don't enjoy. The other ones I don't mind. They have a lot of dual colors. They don't have any searchable triomes. And so, scores of yes, no, we're going to say eh for fixability. For hominy, we're going to say poorly. For speed, I think the speed's okay. Other than the triomes, like the thing you get back from the Signet lands is that they come in untapped. So I'll say speed, we're at a light jog. And then yearning. How do we qualify yearning? We'll say a soft thrumming of the heart. Not a full yes. We did have the Scrylands. We did in fact have the Scrylands. Alright, now we're going to move on to the artifacts. Okay, and then somebody, how do I make it no reprints? I think this one we don't need to have the reprints in because flavor is not as big a part of this part. Leah, thank you for the 4 months in a row of Twitch Prime. I appreciate that generosity. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. Okay, criteria. Thank you all. All right, 43. So we have all the bobbleheads. We did look at the Dominator already. Oh, we looked at the Behemoth already, too. I gotta say, you guys, they're knocking weird little dudes out of the park. Instantly. Instantly, weird little guys are coming out of the park. Oh, okay, well, if you misspell creature... There we go. Thank you, Chloe. Automated assembly line. Let's remind everyone of the criteria. Does it make me crave the certainty of steel? Is it a weird little guy? How much could I get for them at my local recycling plant? And could I build it myself? There is no fucking shot I could build this myself. Whenever you deal combat damage, get energy. Pay energy. Make a tapped robot. This flavor text line goes hard as hell. The card is, I think, too fair. The art is badass. I certainly could not build it. I think I would get at least $35 from my local recycling center. I mean, I could build that. Some beams? A desk? What is that, a fucking sewing machine on top of a desk? I have the, yeah, this one's in the bag. Yeah, I too could raid an IKEA and simply build it. Immediate dub for little guys. Little guy, I don't really know how to build bobbleheads. I do not think, but so I think the other side of the sword for the bobbleheads is that they're little guys, and I probably get like 50 cents for them from my local recycling center. I do want to say that I'm confident in my ability to build a box, but it is called expert level safe, and it does exile things into the great beyond, and I'm not certain that I could build a box that had an extra dimensional space inside of it. I do think that would go... Well, let's see. $800? Alright, you can get a lot for that. Another little guy dub. There's no fucking way. I can't build this, and I think if I did and took it to a recycling center, I would just get arrested. I would have to shoot somebody with the junk jet and then get arrested. Holy shit, double power for sacking an artifact? That's kind of nuts. That's this card kind of goes. Another bobblehead. I think I could build a vending machine. I don't think that can be that difficult. Not a business. How do I build a vending machine? No, 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 no. Give me the goddamn search results. As little as $10,000? How to build a vending machine. All right. Oh, yeah, okay. This is not hard. Yeah, I've got that locked up. Could I build a device capable of launching a nuclear bomb in my garage? For the purposes of publishing this video, no. No, I could not. I have no intentions of doing so. Anyway. Another little guy dub. Oh, I do like play cheap shit for free. I haven't been reading the actual bobblehead effects, but I do like that one. Whenever it attacks, choose one. Oh, shit. This is pretty versatile. I think this is underrated, and I think more people... Oh, never mind. It's $1 million fucking dollars, so maybe it is rated appropriately. There's no fucking shot I could build a Pip-Boy. I don't know how much I could get for it from a recycling plant. I feel like from eBay, a ton. It does make me crave it. So I will say that's craving the certainty of steel. Plasma caster, I'm not building it. I do want it. Same goes for this thing. I mean, I could put a like trash can over my fist. It's an iPhone on a strap. Oh, never mind. Then okay, pre-war formal wear. Yes. Yes, my girlfriend consistently makes things that are much more intricate and difficult than this, and I have no doubt that they could teach my stupid ass how to make basic clothes. So recur a thing, give it +2/+2 in vigilance. Incredibly fair card. This is a literal alien spaceship. Yes. This is more clothes. Except it makes you, I guess, like, you get clothes that make you good at fighting. No, I cannot create good fighting clothes. Strength bobblehead. Oh, counters. Fuck, green does not need that. Then a survivor's med kit. Oh, it does have Radaway. So there were people earlier that were asking about Radaway. And you can, in fact, rat away. I do think it's weird that Stim Pack is card draw. Like, I get that they had to do it just to cover multiple avenues. But it feels weird to me that Stim Pack is card draw. Alright, then we have Power Armor. +3/+3. You can pay energy to untap it and make it a fucking house. I'll tell you, boys, I'm craving the certainty of steel when I see this thing. I am craving the fuck out of some T45 Power Armor. I'll tell you what. You know, I think I could figure out everything but the hinges on this one. Like, you see those little hinges right there? That's probably the only issue. The rest of it, I've done balloons before. Balloons, penises, roughly phallic objects, no problem. No problem. Yeah, this is way too good of a toy for the cops to have. This is like, this is every police department when they get overflow funding from the Pentagon. This is all of your local police departments when the DOD had too much budget and gave a bunch of fucking tanks and APCs to random suburban police forces. Alright, so scoring on a color matrix. Do I crave the certainty of steel? Red hot. Weird little guys. Chartreuse. How much could I get for them at my local recycling plant? I'm going to maintain yes. And how confident am I that I could build it myself? Dim yellow. Moving on to the final and most important part of any set review. The Commander Gettability tier list. Okay. So their categories right now. Oh, I forgot about instants and sorceries. Those aren't real. You fucking liar. Do you think non-permanents exist? You sound crazy, Nick. You sound crazy. So we have most gettable. I'd fall in. Worth a few rads. Rather have a Deathclaw. Seek the Lord. Now, rather have a Deathclaw is based specifically on the mommy Deathclaw in this photo. The stipulation being that you will die. Here, fine. You know what? I didn't forget about them. You want to know what instants and sorceries I have? We've reviewed the instants and sorceries. Oh, sorry. There. We've reviewed all the instants and sorceries. We return to the Commander Gettability tier list. And then we have Seek the Lord, and we will presumably fill in one or two as we go along. So first up, we have this guy, who probably the most normal-looking man I have ever seen. I would much rather be crushed by the waiting thighs of the Mommy Deathclaw. Next up, we have Arcade Ganon, who, that's a suave older man. He's probably going to ignore me to spend more time with his robots. And, you know, I like that. I like that. I like that in a partner. Or at least a casual partner. Ganon's not older, then why is his hair white? Nerdy twink. Oh, is he just a... He's just a... Oh, he's a 30-year-old twink? There we go. He's like 35. I hate to break it to y'all. That is older. I hate to be the bearer of terrible, terrible news. That's 1 foot in the grave. I am not far behind you. It is. You are looking up at me from a coffin. You fucking youth. Okay, and then we have Arthur Maxon. I'm going to say worth a few rads. Here, we're going to go back to legendary so that we can get close-ups on all these cards. Let's zoom in on our man. Okay, yeah, you know, strong jawline. I think he's on the edge of being slight enough to be a twink in this card art, but I will give you all the benefit of the doubt and assume that in this toolbox is the Cock'em Sock'em 3000. And then who did we have? So where's Maxon? I mean, it really depends. It really depends on what he smells like, because a suit like this could really seal in the flavor. He's automatically disqualified from the I'd Fall In because he's a dickbag. But like, if I was left in the wasteland for years and saw somebody with his drip, I would probably hit. That's all I'm saying. I would probably hit you guys. Next up, we have Butch Deloria. I mean, if he calls me Daddy-O once, I'm done. He calls me Daddy-O one time, I'll show you a tunnel snake, bro. Flicking my tongue out to smell. He's a high school bully, so we'll kill him after. Don't be ridiculous. Dick Licker, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate your Bezos bucks. Welcome back to the dog home for... Oh, first month in a row. So glad to have you back. Nick, what the hell are you doing in the TikTok chat? Fuck him, kill him, steal his pomade. Exactly. Then we have Caesar. I don't know, man. This dude... Like, these are just not... That's not the stare of a man that has ever made eye contact with the clitoris. And so I feel like I'd much rather get crushed to death by the Mommy Deathclaw. And then we have Kate, which is this is a woman that could literally beat the shit out of me, and so she's gonna go immediately fighting at the top there. Then we have Cass. I think this is a child. My preteen angsty anti-hero sensors are going off. And so we're gonna do Seek the Lord. Cass is an adult. Alright, which Fallout is she from? Oh! Well, what the fuck? What the hell, you guys? You tell me this right now, y'all. Does she have a southern accent? Does she have like a farmhand accent? Up top. Up top. Not so many. This is once again, I was unfamiliar with your game. All right, Craig Boone. I mean, he does not look like a kind man. He does not look like a kind man to me. I feel like I'm going to hit. He don't want it. He misses his wife. He has a sad shot his wife. Then yeah, I mean I'll pity over the pants handy for the sad Craig Boone. We're gonna immediately seek the Lord for Codsworth. I mean, Colonel Autumn's drippy. Drippy as hell. Can anybody talk to me about the in-game characterization of Colonel Autumn? And whether you think that helps or harms his chances. He has the southern accent. Oh, he's a fascist. Alright, well. Boop. Mommy Deathclaw takes another dub. We're going to once again check if the MTG artists are doing us dirty. Hey guys, so what the hell is going on? I mean, this one's closer actually, but owns a bar, will shoot me. These are big points, you guys. Yeah, local MILF. I'd say I'd fall in. Again with the robots. Knock it off. Paladin Dance. He's the closest thing to a good cop. So I'll say worth a few rads. We're going to do an art check on Desdemona. I didn't... Yep. Yep, my bad, guys. Yeah, that's fine. This is a human person. Human person. Better than getting killed after. Alright, so I can see dog meat's coming up. Hold on. We're going to put dog meat in the scritch zone. So that is just no getting. We're just giving them tummy scratches and head pats. Troper, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Wait, again, knock it off with robots. Are you denying Fisto from Fallout New Vegas? He is literally programmed for your pleasure. Has a voice line that's just, please assume the position. Do we see Fisto? I don't see Fisto. I see floating balls of spikes. I will continue to seek the Lord. If you are not ready to have Elizabeth Taggarty literally kill you in the process of getting it, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, Curie has a hot synth form. Hold on. Personally, I think you're overstating a little. So this is my thing, right? I am incredibly racist against pixie cuts. Just unstoppably. It's one of my one true biases. It is one of my one true biases in this world is that you can put a pixie cut on an incredibly attractive person and I will just go, meh. Meh. Right, and that's fine. If you like the pixie cut, you do it. Because you do it, you know, you do it for you. Like, nobody out there in the fucking world is picking their haircut based on what I like. But for my Gettability tier list, a pixie cut is a pretty auto disqualification. So I will say, since they have a humanoid form, I will move them to rather have a Deathclaw. I'll move Edie up. Codsworth has pissed me off in game though. Because Edie's allegedly a good boy. Seek the Lord if you want to fuck the mutant cult leader. Same for Hancock. I think this guy wants to stab me. And so I would much rather let the mommy Deathclaw do it. This is a child. This one, confirmed child. She is crazy and I fucking love it. Where's she at in here? Let's find old girl. Like, there is an insanity in that gaze that can only be reflected in the boing loings. And I would like to find out. Why? Who is thirsty for Hancock in the YouTube chat? I need you to reflect on your choices. So real quick, what do you think this guy smells like? Every soft tissue on this man's body is decaying. And you're telling me you want it to break off in you. Despicable. Do better. I get that he can be based. Being based doesn't mean people need to want to sleep with you. Being based does not mean that you're like, oh, let's get down. You could just be based and then go, no, thank you. I have considered the hat, Silver. Alright, deadbeat dad. Sure, I'll pipe once. Frank Horrigan, that's my goat. I will not elaborate, that's my goat. I would love to see him without the armor on. Jesus Christ. I mean, Kellogg is just so heinously not my type. My thing with Kellogg is I have a very well known, very well elaborated on hatred of the bald. All I see is white to fairy. And I'm sending that dude straight to hell too. No. Well, I mean, there's Fallout 4 McCready, but also, like, the McCready in the card looks very much like a child. So I need you to look at me and tell me that you would be down to publish a video to the internet of you moving a visible child up into a tier of wood fuck. I need you to send me a notarized letter saying you're gonna do that too. If we're like, oh, let's worry about the Fallout 4 McCready, you can go ahead and move that visual image of a child into the bang zone. Like, I'm with you on... Yeah, see, like, this is an adult. This is a generically attractive man. Right? And so if this was the card, we could talk about something. If this was the card, we could talk about something. But he is staying right the fuck there. I'm diving in. For Sofia Daguerre. Daguerre. Absolutely. I just want to let her touch my junk. Bottom tis. No. I know we're going to have some people in the chat talking about muscle grandmommies. Frank Horrigan is our one. Frank Horrigan is our one, like, bodybuilder caricature meme entry. We do not get to. We do not get to. And then these are, like, literal tree huggers. Listen, the mother load is not getting any of my loads. That is all I have to say. I feel bad because this guy seems nice. I would hang out with him and give him, like, a back massage. But that's about it. You have problems if you disagree with this. The only real thing we can make out on the art is a pincer. I love a yapper. Piper Wright, I fucking love a yapper. A yapper with receipts, my favorite thing in the world. That's why I'm dating a content creator. Goddamn yapper with receipts, hot as hell. Potentially, very potentially owns a pencil skirt. Undefeatable. Undefeatable. I will take no notes. Alright, and then we've got another ghoul. So is everybody going to act like a fucking adult this time? Or are we going to have more people? Are we going to have more people talking crazy about this thing is aesthetically pleasing? Rawl is the best man. Rawl, the ghoul is gonna slither in me. You are all going to hell. We're gonna put the other dog straight into the scritch zone. And then, you know, I'd tap another dad. Something is deeply wrong with you if you want to get with the master. I think this is the point. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, oh shit, oh god. This is the point where we're going to add the exhibitionist rule. And that's immediately where we're putting Liberty Prime. If you told me you were able to have consensual relations with the nuke robot, that's a high five from me. I'm going to go ahead and look up We're gonna do a game art check on Moira Brown because that card art looks a little bit fucked up. This isn't great for y'all. This isn't great for my Moira Brown lovers. I mean, sure. Sure, this is fine. This is a person. This is a person. I mean, come on. I mean, come on, you guys. Let's be serious. Let's be serious for one day. I think this is just a robot that does not have any fun parts. Oh, hell no. Something is wrong with you. No, something is deeply wrong with you. I yield my holes to the moth. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Cool, that's fine. That's fine. Nick Valentine, I would much rather have a Deathclaw. Super old man, who I feel like might be a fascist because he's Brotherhood of Steel. Oh, German Gary Oak, what is up, my friend? When am I coming down to Portland again to get clapped by me and Commander? Yo, send me a text, bro. Or Discord or Twitter or whatever we have each other on. Just let me know. I've been on a couple times for Decked Out. So I will be around. You're here always? Oh, hell yeah. No, we'll hook it up. He's on the East chapter. Oh, he was making them good. Then that's the Gilf, baby. That's the grandpa. I mean, so here's the thing for Preston Garvey, right? Here's the thing about our guy Preston. The first is that I can't fucking find him. The second is that when I do find him, I'm going to speak poorly about him. There he is. So he looks fine. He looks fit. Here's my thing. He's only ever going to talk about work. He's only ever going to talk about work. Right? We're going to get down to business. It's going to be a sick minute. And then we're going to be laying in bed. I'm going to need pillow talk. And he's just going to yell, another settlement needs your help. And so probably once or twice. And then we're done. At the moment of climax, Preston whispers, another settlement needs your help. Yeah, that's exactly how it would go. Nah, something's wrong with you. There's our girl Sierra. Straight up. I don't even know if this is a real character. Oh, is it Sierra Madre? Nope, those are mountains. I knew that. Shut the fuck up. Oh, I like the card art better than... I like the card art better than the actual game art. Oh, the chainsaw robot should be exhibitionist rule. I buy that, actually. I buy that. Alright, and then we have Mommy Paladin. I'm going to slot that straight up. Strong, Scritch Zone. I'm going to help him rehearse Shakespeare. I'm not dying for that, though. Alright, where's my dude 3-Dog? I mean, this is a fine man who's going to regale me with his musical stylings. So that's fallen in. Who do we have up next? Game art check. That's fine. So, Doodles, let's talk about a very important part of these tier lists. In these tier lists, we care about their ability to give consent. We don't care about their preferences. We don't care if they're married. We don't care if they're asexual. We don't care if they're attracted to a gender that is not mine. You want to know why? Because we're talking about if I want to fuck them, and none of these people want to fuck me. Can you imagine the level of self-involvement I would need to have to try to actually weight whether or not I could spit game at the character in question? It would disqualify almost everybody. We would stop at the beginning, saying, well, I might, but as soon as I tried to talk to them, I would vomit, and then they would walk away. So we get around that by just saying, sure, for the purposes of this ranking, they would, and they would like it, as long as they can consent, legally and, reasonably. So with all that said, I know she's a lesbian, but I could fix her. Oh, that's the wrong one. I hope that Def Cat, when you watch that, I hope that clip plays as well as I felt like it did. And then we have, you guys, it's the pixie cut. You guys, it's the fucking pixie cut. Any other haircut, and I'm fucking. So I'm gonna say worth a few rods. I would be falling in. Maybe even most gettable. You are going to hell. Oh, I am certainly not ageist. It has nothing to do with ageist. If it was long hair granny, she would be in the running for most gettable. If it was just long flowing hair granny, she's right up there at the top. Also, Jarvis, I missed it at the time, but thank you very much for the raid, my friend. I am sorry that I did not catch it in real time. Yes, man is hot as fuck. Y'all are crazy. We're gonna fix you. We are gonna fix you. You can run and you can hide, but we are going to find you. And when we do, we're going to make you better. I mean, the thing is, Z could get a pixie cut and it would not faze me because I am fucking barking for them every second of the day. Oh, so here's a great fucking tool for you guys. If you want to know if you are actually attracted to somebody or if you just have a crush on them, imagine them with a bad haircut. And then see how you feel about it. So Z, also hello baby, I'm glad you're in chat. So Z could get a pixie cut, Z could go bald, whatever. I'm still slobbering. Right? Because I love them. But if there is somebody in your life, like if you don't like pixie cuts or whatever the haircut is that you don't like, and you have somebody you're like, oh, I'm feeling some type of way about them, I think we could really have something. Imagine them with that haircut. If the feeling goes away, you are just smitten. That's the difference. The difference between being smitten and actually having feelings for somebody is your reaction to them getting a haircut you don't particularly enjoy. Mullet, that's what Z has. At me, bro. Business in the front, party in the back. That's already where we're at. And it looks good as hell. And they would look good as hell with a pixie cut too. Skullet, that's a good name for it. Alright, so now last order of business. We do have to cut down the most gettable. What is a tonsor? Please don't. Please do not. I know I don't have to worry about this because I know their social media presence would be harmed by it. Would be devastating. They would never a down-angled video ever again with a tonsor? No. Absolutely not. Surrender an art check for Kate. Oh my god. Hot doggy. So she's still up there. Honestly, between her and Cass, I like the farm accent more. So I'm going to drop Kate. I think Taggarty also goes down because Taggarty was based a lot around just vibes. And I think all of them, I think most people have the vibes of they would beat me up. The only thing preventing... Okay, lore nerds. Would Piper Wright beat the shit out of me? Would Piper Wright be able and willing to beat the shit out of me? We have absolutely, we have no, yes if you were a bad person, no, nah, no. Depending on if you pissed her off. She has switch energy, yes. She beat the shit out of you verbally. Oh, I like that. She would curse you the fuck out. Who couldn't beat the shit out of you? I was about to ask everybody who's saying no, do you think I could fight? Because that's not true. Some guy with a pen, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Alright, I'm going to listen to Frank Horrigan's voice. Oh, that's hot. That's hot. He's still going to go to exhibitionist rule, but that's a lovely man. Okay, so... Let's get a game... Let's get an actual game art check. Do you guys mean to tell me that this woman would be a bitch to me? On demand. On demand, this woman would be a little bit mean to me. It's been a great stream, y'all. It's been a great stream, y'all. I'll see you the fuck tomorrow. No, I'll see you the fuck on Friday. Good night.